Hello everyone, I'm back with a new book. It's called The Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman is a great book if you read it. I would like to know, uh, I would say, if you could raise your hand if you believe that emotional intelligence matters more than IQ. I would like to raise my hand because emotional intelligence matters more than IQ. I would also say that this book has a great summary, as there is an author called Dale Carnegie who has mentioned, while dealing with people, remember that you are not dealing with creature of logic, you are actually dealing with emotions, creatures of emotions. People are emotional. Yes. And so I would say there are different examples that are there in this book. One great example I would say, for example, you're traveling in a plane. All of a sudden, the pilot announced that please, for example, if he requests everyone to have the seat belt as there is a turbulence ahead, what would be your reaction? It depends person to person how you react. Some may be the one who, you know, those some people, those who love reading books, they will get involved in it. Those who like watching videos, they would be involved in watching videos or music. But for those who are a person with a panic situation, like who can't handle the panic situation, they get panic. So whenever an announcement or anything come up, I would say it needs to be taken care, because people are really emotional when it comes to their emotional intelligence power. We should handle this situation. We should be having those self-awareness with us. Self-awareness is important. The positive outlook is important. The I would say the self-maintenance, how you maintain, that is important. How you control things, that is important. Small things do matter, and it matters a lot. As I mentioned about the pilot who announced, and then people getting, like panic, coming into the panic situation. Those things can happen anywhere. For example, if you are in a hospital and admitted, and you are well, I mean, you don't know what's the problem is, but you are facing some issues because of which you are admitted in the hospital, and all of a sudden the doctors and doctor or the nurse comes to you and say, oh, you got a cancer. If the person say it casually, how you're going to react? That reaction matters a lot, because you will be going in that depression mode. You will be creating a chaos to your health. Even your family members will be intense. To avoid those situations, it's very important for the doctor and the nurse to have that, uh, to understand the well-being of that person. If they handle it with care, if they come and handle it properly, understanding the other person, then that situation can be still handled better, rather than the person who is not well going under a stress and depression situation. I would say it matters a lot. This is very much important. Why? Because emotional intelligence can, I would say, in today's world, for example, where right now we all are in running behind AI, emotional intelligence plays an important role, because AI doesn't understand the emotional power or emotional intelligence of a person till now. That's a plus point, I would say, because only a human being can understand That's why it's very much important. This is basically a fine arts of relationship. You need to have that self control. And I would say that for example, if a person has a different mood or different even if it's personal or professional relationship, whatever it is, you need to handle the situation, and it's very important. I would say there are three takeaways in this book, very important takeaways. One is, instead of immediately reacting, first regulate through emotions. It can be through anything. It can be through a technique called mindfulness, or you can do it through your deep breathing exercise. Anything you can relate by striving to understand their perspective. Finally, engaging to reasoning collaboratively, find a solution that acknowledges the viewpoint. Why viewpoint? Because it's very important to understand, to know what the other person is going through. For example, I would say one more example I would like to share. Right now, I am giving the speech. Okay, and for example, we are connected on a video call meeting, and if I am coming with a good smiling face, with a positive quote, the other person will really feel great about it. But if I'm coming with a grumpy face, with a sad face or angry mood, you can understand what the other person going to face, right? So that's why it's very important when it comes to emotional intelligence. Intelligence really plays a very important role. That's why this book has been designed by the author. I would say this book has been written by the author, because uh, this book can because it's like a reminder. When someone comes and give you a reminder, knock knock, you need to take care of your emotion. You should understand the other person's perspective. At that time, you actually start noticing the small things or the big things. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you all about this book. Thank you. Bye bye.